met Joan Davis soon after we arrived at the Army and Navy Academy, and it was evident right away that she understands the mission here. And even though Joan doesn't live close by, she is always finding ways to support what we do here.
She has a giving heart. I think it's just something that's intrinsic with her, that when she sees something that she believes in, she finds a way to be involved.
My first experience with Joan being incredibly charitable was our time in San Francisco when she was getting her career started in fine arts, and she donated a couple of very large format paintings to some private schools in San Francisco, and I was co-chairing some auction events, and her pieces were always the highlight.
I think Joan wants to make the world a more beautiful place. Her paintings are very full of color and flowers, and they're very joyous paintings, and I think she wants to bring that expression that she feels herself to the world around her.
I love her personality. She's bubbly and fun. She's not like what you think a typical artist would be. And so going into her studio and seeing her incredible talent, I'm always in awe of that.
4 pieces of her artwork currently hang at the Incline Village Community Hospital Foundation in the lobby of the emergency room. Beautiful pieces of art that evoke a sense of healing.
People just love to be around her work. They pick up on that sense of who the artist is, and I think that's why it goes so well with giving the work for philanthropic causes, is that it really ties in with making people feel in the spirit of giving and in love and community.
Joan called me and said that she knew that I had foster kids and she wanted to know how she could help. She's given generously of her time, besides giving them painting lessons and painting with them. She's taken some of my girls to have their hair done, have their hair braided. She's taken boys on hikes with her dog.
She has a huge heart. She's always willing to give, and her generosity is just something that really moves me all the time. The other thing that I admire so much about her is her willingness to just jump into any project feet first and not worry about necessarily how it's going to happen, but just jump in with her enthusiasm and make wonderful things happen for the community.
Well, the Tahoe Forest Health System Foundation really relies on philanthropy, and Joan has played an instrumental role in our Best of Tahoe Chefs event, and she always manages to introduce new people to come to that event with her as her guest, and is always the top bidder.
One of the major events Joan and I did together was she did a fashion show of all the first prototypes of her line. From there, we had several people see her clothing, and they had requested things to be put into their silent auctions for their events.
There's so many things that Joan has pulled off that are just astounding, but one in particular that I'm still so impressed by was her ability to take one of her biggest tragedies, which was the loss of her sister to bipolarism, and put together an amazing program with UC Davis and the Mind Institute. There's something going on with Joan that's magical and spiritual, and I think you see it in her personality, I think you see it in her heart, I think you see it in her art, and you definitely see it in her family. So I'm really blessed of seeing that journey.
I know with Joan's selfless nature, she would never think ever that this would be an honor bestowed upon her. So I'm really proud of her, and this is really wonderful that the school chose to recognize her this way.